Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Solving Standard. I'm Corbin Hossler, and this is Bant Superfriends. We got to ship that hand, unfortunately, but this one looks pretty decent. That's a lot of planeswalkers we're going to have access to here. We are on the draw, so not ideal, but hey, these are some sweet cards in our hand. If our opponent's not too aggressive here, and yeah, I mean, we have turn 3 planeswalker, turn 4 planeswalker, turn 5 planeswalker, assuming we hit land drops, but man, if we'd been on the draw, this hand would have been great, though, right? Are we in the mirror? It might be the mirror. The Bant Superfriends mirror. Can't say I expected that one. Well, I think our hand's pretty good. Search for Ascanta is very powerful, but it depends if they have a 3-mana planeswalker, to be honest. I can only assume that we're in the mirror. They have no reason to suspect that we are, but I think we might be. And look at that. We get the first planeswalker. Nissa hitting the field. I love it. Nissa is so good. Yeah, now they know. Now they know what's... Oh, no, they have a negate. What? What? Syncopate. Okay. I guess it's not the mirror. Maybe they're just on, like, I don't know, Bant control or whatever. Didn't expect to get syncopated. That's rude. Well, we'll try again with Dovin Baan next turn, I guess. What's the ultimate on this? You get an emblem that your opponents can't untap. Well, that's pretty good. Now they have their own planeswalker? Oh, they're just playing some sort of Bant ramp deck. Okay. Alright, it is confirmed not the mirror. It's probably Bant approach. Well, we do get the opportunity here to resolve a planeswalker that does have an ultimate that will mess with them. It's obviously a long way away, but we're working our way up to it here. Next turn, we can play Gideon plus Search for Ascanta if we want to, or more likely just play Teferi. I am a little worried about our opponent just playing approach and then, searching with Ascanta for approach and just playing it again before we can do much about it. We certainly don't have much interaction in the first game for an approach deck. 5 mana. Yeah, approach next turn even. Not great for us. Oh, they even got zombies out of it. Oh, that's kind of annoying. It's probably fine, but... Well, that dice roll, I think, is going to be pretty important here. I think I like playing Gideon plus Search. Between Dovin Baan and Gideon, we can actually not take any damage from the zombies, so that's good. The problem for us is, I think, probably because we lost a dice roll here, we're just going to get wrecked by the hour. They're just going to cast, or the approach, they're just going to cast approach here. It doesn't matter if we ultimate Dovin Baan because they're just going to not do anything for 3 turns and then cast approach again. I do want to play Teferi next turn and get rid of the Search for Ascanta before it flips, though. And we'll see what they have here. They're not just slamming 7 mana, so they might not have approach yet. That's a big deal if they don't. If it's a permanent base, okay, yeah, that's probably good for us, actually. They're just ramping again. And now they're tapping for, this is a big play here. We'll see if it affects the board. Yeah, cast out's pretty good. All right, Gideon down. Not really sure what I'm looking for here. I mean, I guess we still have to... Gosh. They don't have approach, so I'm going to change my plan from deal with approach to deal with Search for Ascanta, I think. The issue, of course, with that is that if I Teferi minus on search, we're going to lose Teferi to a zombie. But if they flip search, I think we're for sure dead. So I don't know that we have much of a choice there. And I suppose it means if they choose to go after Teferi, then it means they're not attacking Dovin Baan, which still puts Dovin Baan a turn closer to ultimating. So if we draw something next turn that can deal with the other zombie, we might still get the opportunity to ultimate Dovin Baan. All that said, our opponent now, they have 2 cards in hand, they have lots of mana, and they can Aftermath mine, I suppose. But you know what? Thematic Compass doesn't do it. They could also hash up Oasis. I mean, that is an option available to them. They're not going to do it. And they are going to take out Teferi. Okay. Well, we have a lot of shots here to find something to deal with the other zombie and try to get to a Dovin Baan ultimate. And here comes the Thematic Compass, sure. Puts it in your hand, right? Okay. Are they going to transform this? They shuffled away their search for Ascanta for what it's worth. Ajani Unyielding, huh? Well, if our opponent has a counterspell, we're going to get wrecked, but I think that's just the way it is. Now let's cast it and hope it works. If this resolves, we're in great shape. Fingers crossed. Oh, no. Oh, man. Okay. Well, none of that is good for us. That's for sure. I don't think I play my land here. I think I'm going to want to cycle it later. Gosh, if that Ajani had resolved, we would have been in such good shape. We could have minused on the other zombie, ultimated Dovin Baan. Now we are in a much different sort of game, which, to be fair, is not necessarily the worst for us. I mean, we still have Search for Ascanta theoretically going to get there eventually. I would definitely like to draw Gideon at the Trials. Is this draw spell it is an instant, huh? Yeah, things are going to get pretty bad for us pretty quickly, to be honest. But at least if Gideon resolves, we can continue to stay on track with at least threatening a Dovin Baan ultimate. Our opponent's going to have to whiff pretty hard for us to get there, but we'll see what we can do. We were just 1 turn away. In fact, if we had drawn Gideon last time, we could have actually paid for the Supreme Will. Mox Amber, sure. Not exactly what we wanted here. Alright, so we're back to parity in the sense that we can control their board. The problem for us... Oh, yeah, that's real bad for us. Our opponent gets to draw 2 cards on the end step and Supreme Will here. We're pretty dead. Man, but if we could have resolved Gideon last turn, if we just drawn it instead of the Ajani Unyielding, I guess if I'd thrown Ajani Unyielding into the graveyard, we could have played Gideon, resolved it through the Supreme Will, ultimated Dovin Baan, and really changed how this game would work. As it stands, I think we're just dead. Despite having the 2 Planeswalkers in play, I think we're just dead. Our opponent will almost certainly find more cast outs or just approach to win the game. Our deck is sweet, but it is not necessarily set up well to deal with Approach of the Second Sun decks. That said, maybe our opponent has a lot of dead removal in their hand too. They just have a million Fumigates or whatever. A Hostile Desert? Oh no. Oh no, and here come... Oh gosh, alright, now we need a Wrath. This is spiraling quickly out of control. Hostile Desert... Oh gosh. Hostile Desert's pretty good against us. And Arch of Araska. We had 1 window to ultimate Dovin Baan there. We did not get it. So now we need some help. Quite a bit of help, as a matter of fact. Dovin Baan is not that help. Karn could be, I suppose. Yeah, we got a sweet Mox Amber in play, though. That's cool. I think we're actually we're giving up on Ultimate Dovin Baan. Now we just need to draw stuff with it. Well, you know, Fumigate wasn't a bad one. I don't... Okay. It resolved. Okay. I suppose that's a start. I can prevent the damage that this hostile desert will do. I think we're still dead. I mean, Arch of Araska is pretty good. I wonder if that should be in our deck. If our mana base could handle it, probably should have Arch of Araska in our deck. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So our search for Azcanta can transform next turn if we want it to. But our opponent gets to draw more cards here. You know, another Spring to Mind. They have 5 cards in hand. They have Arch of Araska to draw more. That is not a good spot for us to be in. I mean, we settled. We drew even on the board again, but I mean, they're going to find an approach eventually and kill us. We're nowhere near killing them. But I guess they're not there quite yet. I guess I could start firing up Gideon and trying to attack. There's a search. That's not great. Their search for Azcantas are better than ours, for sure. I would like to put this into my graveyard. Alright, so we at least get to transform our search for Azcanta. I mean, is it possible that it's worth attacking here? We have a Servant of the Conduit as a blocker. I guess I'll go back on this Dovin Baan plan. I mean, we're still at a reasonable place to get to it. I think I might even try to attack with Gideon here. We have to put pressure on, and we're going to have the Servant of the Conduit to try to block the hostile desert. Plus, our opponent really wanted to just hash up Oasis to singing. Well, I guess I wouldn't get it through Gideon, but would get it through a Dovin Baan. Okay, well, our opponent gets to draw 2 cards again at the end of the turn, so things are still not in our favor, but Seal Away. Yeah, Seal Away is quite good, I'll give you that. Yeah, let's go ahead and play Karn and see what happens here. Our opponent only has 1 card in hand now. Karn resolves, okay. I can minus Karn to make a token. Wonder if that would be worth it. I mean, probably not. Let's see what our opponent wants to give us. Alright, 2 cards. Cast out and a Servant. Well, cast out. Wow. I wish I could take cast out, that's for sure. I would cast out the search for Azcanta because it's going to transform real soon, and that's not great for us. Unfortunately, we do not have double green mana here to play both of these Servant of the Conduits. Alright, well, I mean, we are in fact in the game. We do have 2 Planeswalkers in play. Our opponent gets to draw more cards, though. I wonder if Spring to Mind should be in our deck. Card is sweet, that's for sure. Alright, they're up to 3 cards in hand. About to be 4. And they're about to flip Search for Azcanta. That is the real problem. Everyone's got Azcantas, but there's a heck of a lot better than ours thanks to all the ramp they've had. We need some negates like nobody's business after sideboarding here. Yeah, our opponent's just thinking about how they want to win this one. Wow, Supreme, they still haven't found an approach, huh? It's probably only like 2 in the deck. I mean, but with Azcanta, just finding one and casting it, and they're just in the game so fast, it doesn't matter if we ultimate Dovin Baan. Like, nothing we actually do, I think, can interact with their primary game plan, and that's the problem. The issue is not controlling their board ultimate. I mean, we can ultimate Dovin Baan and still probably lose this game. We just can't really interact with their primary game plan, and we're the deck that wants to go long and not be the beatdown or whatever. But that doesn't work. Doesn't work against approach stacks. Looks like they finally did get there. Maybe not. Cast out, huh? Okay. Yep, there goes Karn. Fair enough. What are they doing now? 4. Oh, their own Karn. Well, that's pretty good. I guess you can have the Sheffet Dunes. Okay, what now? Our opponent's doing so many... Another search. I guess, I mean, kind of matters. Our opponent's doing so many things that don't kill us. Are we going to ultimate Dovin Baan? Are we going to do it? Alright, let's play the Servant of the Conduit number 2 out. Okay, pass the turn, I guess. Our opponent gets to activate Ascanta at the end of the turn here. I mean, they just... There's no point... I mean, I guess there's no reason not to attack, but it doesn't matter. They get Spires of Araska, it... I don't see us winning this game, but we might at least ultimate Dovin Baan, right? Yeah, it seems very unlikely with so many Search for Ascanta activations here. They put Oath of Teferi into their hand. All right, we're not the only ones having fun here. That's for sure. We have settled the Wreckage up. Not that that matters too much. Is our opponent not playing Approach? Is that the point that we're at here? They just don't have Approach? They get to play Oath of Teferi and double activate Karn, though. Imagine if we had drawn Oath of Teferi. That'd be sweet. I like our game much better. Our game 2 and 3 much better after we get some... Yeah, you got it, friend. Once we get some negates in here, that will change things. I don't think we're favored in any configuration here, but... I mean, double activating Karn every turn is pretty sick. As we've demonstrated. Our opponent's down to 18 cards in their deck. That's how legit this game's been. Okay, what do they want? Taking treasure map, I assume? Yep. Treasure map away. All I'm seeing is that I get an ultimate Dovin Baan. And if they want to tap a bunch of permanents before we get to that point, absolutely. Alright, here we go. Man, cycling the irrigated farmland. This is insane. I keep saying we can't win, but I don't know what's going on over there. I thought we were going to get approached like 74 turns ago. Maybe they'll deck themselves with Karn. Maybe that's our plan. Attack with Servant of the Conduits while they deck themselves with Karn. They're doing all this drawing, and if it doesn't lead them to a way to stop Dovin Baan from ultimating, all of a sudden they really don't get untapped much. That said, here's 6 mana. Here's 7 mana. Here comes the approach. Okay, the approach has resolved. But now they've actually tapped a bunch of stuff. Oh, they can get a cast out. Well, they didn't get cast out. They could have got cast out back. Whatever. I'm going to activate Search for Ascanta. And see what we get here. Okay. I kind of like Oath of Teferi. And Nissa Vital Force. We have to race the approach. All right, so we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That is conveniently enough to both play Oath of Teferi and Nissa Vital Force. And our opponent is, they're not tapped out. They are almost tapped out, but they're not tapped out. All right, we'll exile one of these tap lands. Okay, well now I can plus Dovin Baan. Now I can ultimate Dovin Baan. The problem is we have to deal damage before they kill us. We do have an emblem, though. No one can take that away from us. And now if this resolves, we might actually have a game. We can activate this twice and attack for a lot of damage. I mean, maybe. I don't even know what's going on here. But we are somehow in this game. And the crazy part about this is, question is if I attack Karn or not. I think I do because it gets him closer. I do think I spend a turn attacking Karn. It gets them closer to the approach. And right now, because they can only untap so many things, they can't untap many things. They can only untap 2 permanents a turn, which means they kind of just have to draw to it the slow way. They can't go off with Azcanta as much as they want because then they're tapping their mana and they don't get it back. They do get a mill with the search for Azcanta here. So, I mean, we've got to put them on clock, but they're actually dead in 2 turns to what we have. And Dovin Baan needs to draw us cards, draw us an extra card every turn, too. I think we basically have this turn to get there, but we'll see. In the sense that we need to, on this turn, we need to draw something very relevant. But if that's something relevant, it's like another Nissa. Oh my gosh, what? I can't believe we won! We weren't going to get there. At all. But we were going to attack our opponent for 14. We were infinite lands. We were going to attack our opponent for 14. And, well, we would have asked Conte to get through these. But then they're at 13. If they... Oh my gosh, I cannot believe we won that game. Now we have to play sideboarded games? Are you kidding me? Alright, whatever. Negate's in here, please. Is this good? Non-land permanent, huh? Probably. Things that aren't good are the Settle the Wreckages. I mean, I'm going to keep a couple Fumigate just because of the Hour of Promise tokens, but I can't believe we won that. All right. Do I want Ixalan's Binding? I mean, I kind of do. I don't know if that's correct of me to want to be the beatdown here, but or the control deck, but maybe I'm supposed to be the beatdown. I mean, I kind of like Lyra in that sense if they get rid of their removal. But then they're still going to have a bunch of cast outs and stuff that will still deal with our stuff. The problem is if we ignore the stupid tokens entirely, we can just get overrun by them. What we definitely don't need are these Haze of Pollens. Give this a shot, maybe? Why not? I don't know what we're doing. I'm in shock we won even one game here. So why not? We'll see what we can do. Yeah. No blue mana, but Nissa. On the draw, I'm going to keep it. The reason being Nissa is just so good. Scry is so good here. And this hand has everything else we want. And there we go. We did it. Very good at this game. And I think we keep the Scattered Groves in hand because the Forests and the Plains will unlock all of our lands anyways. And we're going to want to cycle that later, almost certainly. Or, you know, just like now. Wow, we're going to kind of get the dream here. I am going to counter this. I think. Maybe I don't. Maybe I'll let him have it. The problem is Hour of Promise next turn gets us. Now I'm going to counter it. Because I want to play Nissa, but what I don't want to do is play Nissa and have them untap into Hour of Promise and then have zombies to deal with Nissa. But in this case, we get to just play Nissa and they won't have that next turn, which will make their, you know, the ways they can answer it a lot more difficult and sort of mana consuming and time consuming of their turns, especially since we get a curve into Dovin Baan next turn. I'll take a Gideon and I guess get rid of the other one. I mean, they'll probably end up dealing with a Gideon at some point, but they have other planeswalkers of ours they need to deal with first. I made basically a tempo negate there to keep them off of the Hour of Promise, and I mean, they're just going to Ixalan's Binding it. No more Nissas for us. We do, however, still get to play Dovin Baan, and that is still good. And we will just go right back on the plan that worked after a million turns last game of trying to get to a Dovin Baan Ultimate. I mean, now they might have Hour of Promise. But again, we actually have an answer to that because we have the Gideon. Oh, they actually have nothing. Wow, okay. Well, that's pretty good for us, to be honest. All right, I'm going to try the Gideon here. I actually think the Gideon is less important, so if they have Supreme Will, they can actually get a counter out of it right here, which they'll do, and then that's fine. Or they'll just negate it. But then we get to resolve what we really want to resolve, which is Search for Azcanta. Not that having Gideon in play would have been bad, but I think I actually, on this turn at least, prefer having Search over Gideon. And this might be Supreme Will digging for land. That's pretty good for us. Yeah, countering that Spring to Mind might just be the play that works out for us. We'll see. Yeah, they did have to go dig for a land. I would like to put Nissa in my graveyard, given that, thanks to Ixalan's Binding, I cannot cast it. Alright, we'll go ahead and cycle the Scattered Groves here. Well, that's a bunch of stuff that doesn't do anything for us, so we're pretty much all in on this Dovin Baan. The problem with that is our opponent probably has their Hour of Promise now. Maybe not. Oath of Teferi? Are they going to... Oh, no. That's so good. Oh, no. Reset Ixalan's Binding on Dovin Baan, and Nissa immediately hits the graveyard because it has 0. Oh, that was so good. Oh, no. I guess at least we have Search for Azcanta going for us. And we are bottoming a lot of, graveyarding a lot of cards with this search. That Oath of Teferi was so clutch for them. We were well on our way to taking over with Dovin Baan. Now they're up to 6 mana. They can flashback the Spring to Mind or play whatever else they want here. Hour of Promise. Yep. We were so close. Fair enough. Imagine if we'd drawn Negate there, though, and we negated the Oath of Teferi. Ah, man. Good times that would have been. We kept a hand with lands in, and we flooded out a little bit, but we still almost got there. I mean, we kept the hand because of the strength it had, and it did almost get there. Gosh, it's just so many lands. All right, well, let's see what we can dig up with Search for Azcanta. Some kind of Planeswalker, I hope. Cannot cast Dovin Baan, so I guess we'll get Gideon in the trials here. Good news about this one, I guess, at least, is that we can still cycle the irrigated farmland at the end of the turn. Well, we can't have... Most of our draws have got to be good from here on out. We bottomed the Mox Amber, which doesn't do much anymore. We've got rid of most of the... We've gone through a lot of lands. We have Ascanta, but they have basically the deck that's better at this point of the game. And if this is an approach, it's pretty terrible for us. Or if it's a Teferi Hero of Dominaria, they can activate twice. That's also pretty good for them. Alright, well, we'll see what we can draw here. Another land, huh? Okay. Just what I wanted. Yeah, I don't know that we really have a way to win at this point. I mean, that's a good one, though. Yeah, let's see what happens. I'm sure we're running it into a counterspell, but our opponent's drawing a million cards a turn. They have the negate, huh? I mean, I think that pretty much kills us. There's just no way we're beating the Oath of Teferi value. If they even have something else here. Oh, yeah, we're just dead. Not going to waste our time here on this one. This one's gone on long enough. We just want all these Ixalan bindings, though. Mox Hammer seems less important now that we're on the draw. Or on the play, rather. We have Servant of the Conduits to do the same thing, only better. Gosh, that's a lot of lands. It's a lot of lands, but it's a lot of lands and a search for Ascanta. And a negate. And cycling lands. So, yeah, I'm actually in. I mean, that's the thing. It's hard to evaluate hands like this, but we get to play one cycling land here. I mean, we definitely kept it if we had 4 lands in something, right? And now we have a cycling land in Glacial Fortress with Search for Ascanta and then negate afterwards. I mean, drawing more lands is not exactly what we wanted to do, but... I mean, I think valuing Search very highly is important, especially considering the scries we're going to get out of it in the first few turns, regardless of anything else. I would like Oath of Teferi in my hand. I'll find a use for that eventually. Alright, we'll negate our opponent if they go Search for Ascanta. No, we can just cycle Scattered Groves here. Alright, there's a Teferi. That's very good. We have Teferi, we have Oath of Teferi now. We'll see what our opponent does here. The thing is, if they tap out, we can play the Teferi and have negate open. I mean, there's no way we'd resolve it if we went for it here. It's a Dovin Baan. Alright, so I think I'm actually just going to pass here. I just don't see much benefit of running our Teferi into an obvious counterspell here. What we can do next turn, though, is play Dovin Baan with negate backup, and if those things still go sideways, we still have the fallback plan of Teferi. Also, if our opponent ever... They're in the same boat, right? If they ever make a move, it punishes them, but we get to have Search for Ascanta, and this was just horrendous for our opponent. We get to negate this. We get to play Teferi. Draw a card. Forgot we had Heart of Kiran's in our deck still. So the thing is, I'm sure our opponent will be able to remove our Teferi with the Ixalan's Binding or whatever, right? That's what they have to do. I mean, that's what their deck does. But we get a card out of the deal, and we get the tempo. And then we get to go back to our turn and play Dovin Baan plus Heart of Kiran. Wow. Or we're just going to get the Teferi. Okay. I mean, they have dudes, sure. But we get Heart of Kiran in play to block. Gosh, and we get Oath of Teferi. if we want it. Let's see here. But I'm probably just going to play Nissa. There's a lot of options here. Our opponent does have the City's Blessing now, so they do have stuff going for them as well, obviously. Karn, huh? You know, as weird as it sounds, I actually kind of don't want Karn. Although Karn making a creature is actually pretty relevant. I think I will draw it. All right, we get to play whatever we want here, but I think we're best off just playing Dovin Baan. I could also minus Teferi, although the ultimate is a real threat. Also, we might hit land here. Perfect. All right, great. All right, so we're going to play Dovin Baan. Plus Dovin Baan on a zombie. Play Heart of Kiran. And now this is just a lot of things for our opponent to deal with, and that's not to say they can't, but it's just not really an enviable position, I would say. Because the Dovin Baan makes one of them useless. The other one runs into Heart of Kiran, which means they have to answer the Heart of Kiran, or they just have to answer the Planeswalkers directly, which causes them to tap out at sorcery speed, and we have more Planeswalkers where that came from. So, I mean, as you can see, here comes the Ixalan's Binding. Choosing our Teferi. Okay. So I'm going to activate this, removing a counter from Teferi. This should protect Dovin Baan. So yeah, I mean, our opponent gets rid of our Teferi for now, but Dovin Baan's a real problem for them. It causes them to at least tap low, if not tap out, and we get to try to play Oath of Teferi next turn and get multiple activations on our Dovin Baan. Or they're just going to get rid of it as well. Yeah, all right, fair enough. I mean, yes, this is our opponent is answering our Planeswalkers by playing Cast Outs and Ixalan's Bindings, but way more Planeswalkers where that came from. I cannot play this Dovin Baan. That said, I want to get rid of this at some point and be able to play one, but yeah, we'll put this in our graveyard. I think I actually want to play this land. All right, so the answer is if we want Karn or Nissa here. I think we want Nissa. I think I'm just going to end up wanting all the mana I can get given the search for Ascanta here. I also think I'm plenty happy just keeping this thing up for defense. I mean, we're sort of in the same... I mean, clocking them's actually pretty good too, though. You know what? Let's attack. Why not? No fear. I don't need... You know, it's so tempting when you play with Planeswalkers to just be like, I just want to kill my opponent with Planeswalkers because, Planeswalkers are great, but I mean, there's nothing wrong with just killing them either. Our opponent still has plenty of cards, though, and this looks like an approach, so that's pretty bad for us. I mean, there are ways away from getting it again, and I guess it is good we were beating down now. Especially if Oath of Teferi resolves. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, leaving us 3 open to pay for a Supreme Will? And Gideon, actually, after that. Pretty nice. Okay. All right, if this resolves, it's a big deal. They have the negate. Okay, well, at least we can theoretically... Alright, we'll prevent the damage this zombie will deal. I guess I did this in the wrong order, but I think it's going to be okay. I mean, they'll just chump block this, but that's fine. They're going to have to chump block with something anyways. Not exactly in the business of ultimating these Planeswalkers right now. We're just trying to outrace this this approach from Second Summon they have coming up. Let's see what cards they have in hand. They still have several cards. They have their own Oath of Teferi. Okay, I mean, that's good in the sense that it's a good card, but without a Planeswalker to go with it, it's not that great. Excuse me. I mean, are they going to give us a Dovin Baan? Are they going to give us a Teferi? Don't doubt that. Okay, cast out. They're going to cast out our Nissa. I mean, you know what? That does make sense, I suppose. They play their own Karn, too. All right, well, this has been a really interesting match. Yeah, that's terrible for us. We need to find Negate. Oh, gosh, and they get to do it twice. Yeah, it just means we're getting approached to next turn. And now they probably take our Nissa away. Yeah, I mean, that's actually fine for us because at this point we know we just need... The only way we can get anywhere is with Negate. So I actually just want to draw a card. Ixalan's Binding, huh? Ixalan's Binding is very good, but I literally think all that matters at this point is that we find a Negate. Let's just pull the trigger on it now. Those are not negates. I think that we're dead. Unless our opponent's scared to go for it. I mean, I guess we could play Karn. Maybe that would be better. Maybe we'll have two negates on top or whatever. It's actually very unfortunate the way this game played out. They needed the approach when they did, and really they needed the Oaths of Teferi and Karn to actually dig to it in time. I mean, we were very close to having the fast... I mean, they just had the counterspells at the right time. We had the long game won with our Planeswalker value and everything else this time around. But they had the combo win, right? The beatdown in the sense of having the fast approach that we couldn't deal with. I guess that means we have to Gideon Emblem. This is an out available to us. Not one I thought about a minute ago either. But I guess it also still doesn't matter because they just cast approach. Yeah, it still doesn't. They just cast approach. Well, no, okay. They don't get a blink. This is only when it comes into play. Okay. Maybe we're still in a game here. Maybe Gideon Emblem is going to solve all of our problems. Seems unlikely, but... I guess you can have approach of the second sun. We're in on this Gideon Emblem plan. This is such a bizarre game. We can also ultimate this next turn. What are they going to take? Cast out? Oh, okay. They take cast out and we die. It doesn't matter. I don't think it actually tells us what they took, though. That's unfortunate, but I'm assuming cast out. They have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 mana. That's not enough to cast out and approach, for what it's worth. Okay, I could Karn. and get, I guess, my own cast out? And I don't think that's good enough. Do I have enough to ultimate this? I need 8 mana. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Maybe we gave... They don't have the natural... I don't actually know what they took with Karn. That's so stupid. It doesn't tell me in the chat. Oh, that is so tilting. Well, okay, that's a revealed zone. I guess maybe I look in the exiled zone. These are the cards with silver counters. And I guess the other one was a naturalized because I gave them the approach. Is that how it works? So they have naturalized in hand? So I don't think we have lethal with the Nissa. They're just going to cast out our Gideon and then win. So, but at least we'll have an opportunity maybe to draw a negate. This match has been wild, that's for sure. All right, what do we have in there? We have another Gideon. Okay, I would like to have that. All right, next up is Dovin Baan, I suppose. Another Karn, huh? We might as well fire up Gideon, I guess. It's going to get Eden no matter what here. Oh, we can actually... Okay. Wait, we have a shot again. Okay, so we... Well, they... it only matters if they care to try to save their Karn, which I doubt they do. I guess we could send the team at Karn here. And naturalize the Heart of Kiran, sure. I could Nissa. Like, I can ultimate Nissa. That just leaves us very dead, though. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Ultimate Nissa for 8. Have 10 flying damage. That's not enough to win. So whatever we do, it's going to involve Search for Azcanta and so on. So I guess what we do here is send Gideon and serve it in the conduit at Karn. Seal away, huh? I guess we did expose ourselves to seal away. Yeah, maybe that was bad. I have no idea. This game has been so nuts. If I had cast out, I could cast out the seal away at instant speed in response to approach. Whew, that would be spicy. All right, so I could go 1, 2, 3, 4 in Karn and take the other Gideon. And then go 1, 2, 3 Gideon. Then I can't activate Search for Azcanta, which is our best way out of this by far. I could Ixalan's Binding for 4. 1, 2, 3, 4 on this. Get back our Gideon. Okay. Then they go cast out on Gideon. Then, so we're down 4 mana. Then we activate Azcanta and have 2 mana to try to find negate. I could also play Karn and get our own cast out back, which is sort of the same thing. except that it doesn't... We have it in hand. Then we have the cast out in hand, so we don't have to go digging for it, and we still lose to their counterspell or whatever. Let's give that one a shot. I think it's essentially the same thing. Is if this fails, we can still go digging for... Cool, they're both at 5. Oh, no. What? I'm gonna try... Oh, no. No, Magic Online, no. Which one is it? Which one is it, Magic Online? No. No, this isn't fair. There's no way to tell. You've got to be kidding me. 50-50 shot? Oh, what a disaster. Okay. I think the bottom one's the old one. Yes! Okay. Step 1. You've got to be kidding me. Of all the ways to have lost that one if we'd lost that way. Okay, here they go firing off approach. Alright, now we find out if they have a counterspell. If they have a counterspell, they deserve to win. I think we found the right... Oh my gosh. Well, I guess the thing is they still have their own cast out, but they don't have mana to cast it? What? Which means this approach is... Wait, did I lose? Why'd I lose? Why did I lose? Why did I lose? I don't understand. As long as you control a Gideon planeswalker, you can't lose the game and your opponents can't win the game. I have a Gideon planeswalker. My opponent should not have been able to win the game. My opponent says they think it's a bug. What? I had everything that happened in this match, this insane match. I had to correctly guess coin flip which Karn was the new one. Oh my god. And then we lose to a bug? Unless I'm just missing something. But I don't think I am. I think I found the right line there. No way. No. Not like this. Not like this. Please, no. We found the line to get the cast out, to get the Gideon back at instant speed, to beat the approach of the second sun. You win the game. I clearly have an emblem that says your opponents cannot win the game, and I have a Gideon planeswalker in play. They even look the same. GG Magic Online. Oh my gosh, what an incredible match, though, regardless of how it ended. Thanks for watching, everybody. Corbin Hostler. This is Solving Standard. It was a lot of fun, that's for sure.